Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar, taking you through the stories trending online that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today. Supreme Court judgment amounts to a total breach of the confidence the Nigerian people have in our judiciary, says Peter Obi. No court gives judgment based on public opinion, presidency responds to Peter Obi. And if Labour had been in office, nobody would have contemplated buying an official SUV worth over 100 million naira, according to Peter Obi. And Taraja Ram says Black Panther and Avengers stuntman dies with 3 of his children in a car crash. On top of what's trending today, we have the candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election. Peter Obi has said that the October 26 judgment of the Supreme Court affirming the election of President Bola Tinubu amounts to a total breach of the confidence Nigeria have on the judiciary. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja on Monday, November 6th, Obi said the Apex Court's decision contradicts the overwhelming evidence of election rigging, false claim of a technical glitch, substantial non-compliance with rules set by INEC itself, as well as matters of perjury, identity theft and forgery. Obi, who addressed the press in company of his running mate, Deti Baba Ahmed, said, "About a fortnight ago, I was traveling abroad on a prior scheduled engagement when I received a notice that the Supreme Court would give judgment on Thursday, 26 October 2023 on our challenge of the ruling of the Presidential Election Petition Court. Now, that judgment has since been delivered as scheduled. The leadership of the Labour Party has already pronounced its position on the judgment. As someone who has previously benefited from the rulings of Supreme Court on electoral matters, I have, after a period of deep and sober reflection, decided to personally and formally react to the recent judgment, as most Nigerians have, because we are confronted with very weighty issues of national interest. I will speak forthrightly. And as students, young lads at CKC Onisha, we were taught values and admonished to always choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong," he said. A netizen commented, "The judiciary system is compromised. It needs a total overhaul." Another person said, "Same Supreme Court that made you governor. You lost this election squarely." Another person said, "A leader who can't accept rejection at his or her attempt is not a leader but a desperate person." Next on what's trending, we have the presidency has reacted to the statement made by Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the February 25th election, over the Supreme Court's judgment affirming President Tinubu's election, saying no court in the country gives judgment based on public opinion. The presidency added that since Obi admitted that the Supreme Court ruling brought an end to litigation and any challenge to the victory of President Bola Tinubu, Obi should have congratulated the president and pledged his support. Reacting to the LP's presidential candidate's press conference on Monday, the presidency, in a statement issued by Bayo Onanuga, special advisor to the president on information and strategy, said it welcomed the pledge by Obi and his party to play the role of the opposition and urged him to start preparing for another shot at the presidency in 2027. The statement titled, "Peter Obi should find better vocation instead of casting aspersions on the judiciary." The statement concluded, Mr. Obi claimed the Supreme Court justices didn't consider public opinion in delivering what has been applauded as a most profound judgment. A netizen said, "But the election should be won based on public opinion. Just my guess." A guy said, "Peter Obi has all the time to prove he won, but man didn't, but was expecting court to rule on public opinions and emotions. It's never done that way. Man should accept the verdict. He has been favored by the same court before. Why crying foul about same court now?" A lady wrote, "Nigeria is in a very bad shape to be worried about who is the president. Whoever is there, dollar will still be where it is." Next on what's trending is the video of Peter Obi, who said that if he were to be president, then no lawmaker would have dreamt of owning an official SUV worth over 100 million. Obi said that he was told that vehicles are only for the official purposes and ought to be returned when they leave office, adding that things would have been different had Labour Party won the presidential election. Take a look at what he had to say.
Let me start with the issue of Labour Party members in the House. I've actually discussed this issue with them. Surprisingly, I can tell you I heard that these vehicles are official cars. And I don't know, they have to use it. It's meant for official vehicle. So it's not as if it's their vehicle that is meant for official cars and everything. Because you can pay for it and say, listen, if it's your car, you return it or do something. But they said it's official cars. And that everybody is meant to do it. You're meant to use it while you're in the Senate. But you know how things work here. It's not going to be like that. What I say people is that it wouldn't be if Labour, if we were in office, nobody would have contemplated such. Because it is not enough to do the wrong thing and then start correcting it, but it shouldn't even be. Just like people are saying, oh, maybe the issue of yield have withdrawn, or this one, it shouldn't even be mentioned in the first place, because it touches the sensibilities of people to do that.
A lady opined, this is the reason everyone that matters in Nigerian political scene will rather die than let him win. The guy said, can a president really encroach on the independence of the legislature? Maybe only in Nigeria, because this is as unrealistic as it gets, but people are emotionally vested and lack critical thinking. Someone added, if what you wrote is credited to him, then it only shows that he can never be president because he doesn't even understand that the National Assembly is independent of the executive. Next on What's Trending, we have a massive fire outbreak in Wuse to Abuja, which has destroyed buildings and goods worth billions of naira in a Monday evening incident. The incident reportedly started from a welding outfit located close to two-story building housing the Samsung headquarters at Banex Junction. The fire service, in response to the distress call, arrived at the scene only to be disrupted by onlookers, leading to a police intervention before rescue operations began. According to the fire service, the delay caused the fire to intensify and spread throughout the building. However, efforts were made to contain the blaze from spreading to nearby structures and the filling station in the area. It took the firefighters over 6 hours to extinguish the flames, and both the Federal Fire Service and FCT Fire Service maintained one station each on standby until daybreak. A netizen opined, I can't believe this. I was there this afternoon and this is so sad. Millions down the drain. I pray that the owner recover from this. Someone said, this is a terrible disaster. How will he ever recover from this great loss? And a guy wrote, the rate of fire outbursts in Nigeria is becoming worrisome. To worsen it all, before fire service will arrive, everything has go down. This is a total waste, and I pray that it does not cost life. May God help us. Amen to that. Now let's take a short break, and when we come back, you will see why some students are crying out. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Newsfeed. Now, students of the Tai Solarin University of Education, TASUD, in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, have protested against the tuition fee hike for the 2023 to 2024 session. The students who stayed to protest on Monday, November 6th at the school premises said the new tuition fee, as reflected on the students' portal, was unacceptable. According to the student, the school management has raised the tuition for new students enrolled in education courses from 65,000 naira to 230,000 naira and from 65,000 naira to 180,000 naira for returning students. The school fees for fresh students studying pure science courses were increased from 80,000 100,000 naira 500 and 90,000 naira 500 to 240,000 naira, and from 80,500 and 90,500 to 190,000 naira for returning students. The protesting students, who carried placards and leaf stems, reportedly marched to the various departments and offices to voice their displeasure for the new proposed increment. Meanwhile, a statement by the Students' Union government has condemned the move, labeling the decision of the management as inhumane. The statement, signed by the Students' Union President Akinjetan Emmanuel, said that the protest aimed to send a strong message to the university management. The netizen commented, "The government of our country should fear whatever they serve, because this is just too much. You all think it's everybody in this country that has the money. You all are not letting the poor breathe again. Why?" Another person said, "Tas sued? Well, they should be sued." And a lady opined that is their plan, so that students have no choice than to take a student loan. Next on What's Trending, we have the unusual, who is Fina, that says that you are unusual, according to the Lagos police spokesperson, tells BB Naija winner Fina unusual after she slammed police officer for filming her while breaking traffic laws. Over the weekend, BB Naija winner season 7, Fina unusual, was stopped by the police in Lagos for breaking a traffic rule, and she took a one-way road and was intercepted by the police. One of the police officers brought out his phone and began to film her after she violated the law. Fina was angry at the officer for filming her and went on IG Live to express her anger, and also showed herself tackling the officer for filming her. Reacting to her outburst, the spokesman of the State's Police Command, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, via his X handle on Tuesday, November 7th, said Nigerians are never angry when they film a police officer whenever they are stopped, but find it as an harassment when a police officer does the same to them. Take a look.
Oh, let's just see. We're not fighting you. We're not fighting. So you me.
You don't have the right to ask me that question.
I don't have, but you have the right to film me without my consent. The right to film me. Immediately you stopped me and told me to get down from the car. You brought out your phone, your camera, and you're filming me for what? Why did you film me? Let me see what you did. Let me see what you did. Why did you film me? Please, if you don't have to stop me, no problem. I mean, I need police every day. You said I used one way. If you let me come down, step aside, then stop. But why did he start filming me when I'm coming down? Why? That is what I'm saying. Since he brought out his phone, let me see to be sure. If I see myself on that picture, that's the thing.
The lady asked, "Do they film everyone that they stop on the highway?" A guy opined, "Come to Dubai, commit an offense, and Dubai police is filming you and you're asking this question." He is a police officer, so he has the right to get evidence. Another guy said, "At least now you know that not everyone have an idea who you are." Next on What's Trending, we have an actor and stuntsman known for his work in Black Panther and the Avengers has died in a car crash that also killed 2 of his children, including his newborn daughter. The Taraji Ramses, 41, was driving a car full of his children when he crashed into a broken-down tractor trailer on a highway exit in DeKalb County, Georgia, on Halloween night, October 31st, 2023. His family members have now confirmed that Taraji's 13-year-old daughter, Sundari, 10-year-old son, Kisasi, and 8-week-old daughter, Fugibo, have all died since the crash. Taraji and his daughters died in the crash on Tuesday night, while son Kisasi was rushed to the hospital. His grandmother confirmed the 10-year-old died of his injuries 4 days later. Another 15-year-old girl who was in the car was barely hurt. Police confirmed that Taraja was behind the wheel when the car slammed into the trailer, but the cause of the crash remains unclear. Taraja earned stuntman roles in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. Also among his 78 listed credits on IMDb's were dozens of art department roles in films like The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Fast and Furious 7. His mother, Akili Ramses, a photojournalist who is executive director of the National Press Photographers Association, announced his death and that of his 2 daughters in an Instagram post. A netizen commented, "What sort of tragedy is this? Life has no purpose. Even small children without sin do die." A lady wrote, "This is so sad. My heart goes out to the mom of those kids. I can't even imagine what she's going through right now." And someone said, "Rest in peace to the departed. Live this life to the fullest. Don't allow people live it for you. No one knows when." Indeed. And lastly, on to a funny compilation video of dramatic babies reacting to absolutely nothing. Take a look.
Jackie, say sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay?
Now those cuties are attention seekers. And that is all on Newsfeed today on Trust TV. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and X. Bye.